Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning in the Netherlands. Are we live? Yes? Hello, everyone in the Netherlands as well. We see you on the big screen. Welcome in the plenary session in the Equilibrium room here at the IPB University. Welcome to the second day of Winter 2025. I spoke to a lot of you. I already saw a lot of you, but we have another full day of programming. My name is Martijn Bal. I'm a policy officer at the Dutch Research Council. And I've been in the organizing committee of the last 5 years. Winner, this is the 6th edition, and we hope to extend this event as well. Today we're honored to be here at the IPB University in Bogor, and we have a full and exciting program. I don't know if you know, but we have 7 streams, 20 plus sessions. I want to have an applause for the organizing committee, to all doing this. Adiba and our team. Thank you so much. And it all takes place here at the Facultas Economie dan Managemen. I'm trying. The Faculty of Economics and Management. And before we break into these streams, because for the people at home, all the streams are in Bogor. We have 7 rooms all set up with a live stream. You can go to the different streams after this stream. We first have some opening words from the acting rector of IPB, Professor Danny Noviana, and then we follow this session with a pre-launch of the AIPI journal. So before we begin, may I kindly invite you to give a warm round of applause to Professor Danny Noviana, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Selamat siang semuanya. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the brief introduction. The Honorable from IPB and from AIPI, Professor Berry Juliandi as Dean of the Mathematics and Natural Science. I'm sorry. Professor Dani Mudiarso, also from AIPI. Thank you very much for your coming. The Honorable colleague from the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands. NWO from Nuffic and leaders from IPB University, the Honorable, all distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, partners from Indonesia and Netherlands, researchers, academic, and students. Selamat siang and very warm welcome to all of you here at the IPB University, especially in the Faculty of Economic and Management. It is a true honor and pleasure to welcome you to IPB University. And this is the second day of the Winter Conference, the week of Indonesia Netherlands Education Research, and this is the 6th edition, right? IPB University is deeply proud to host this important gathering here in Bogor, in the heart of Indonesia's Center for Agriculture Innovation and Environmental Science. IPB University is committed to advancing knowledge, fostering sustainable development, and building meaningful collaboration values that are beautifully echo in the spirit of the Winter Conference. In this event, we celebrate not only research and academic excellence, but also the enduring friendship and partnership between Indonesia and the Netherlands. Over the years, our two countries have built strong bridge in education, science, and innovation, and this conference is a testament to the impact we can create when we work together. Through the many sessions, workshops, and dialogues, we hope to inspire new ideas, spark transformative collaboration, and create solutions that address the challenges of our time, from food security and climate change to technology, health, and inclusive education as well. On behalf of IPB University, I would like to extend our gratitude to our fellow hosts and organizers, Nuffic Southeast Asia, the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands in Jakarta, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of Indonesia, and the Dutch Ministry of Education, Culture and Science for their commitment and partnership in making this event possible. To all our guests from abroad and from outside of Bogor, selamat datang, welcome to Bogor and welcome to Indonesia, of course. We hope your time here in this short visit Bogor is not only intellectually enriching, but also personally meaningful. Let us use this event to connect, to collaborate, and to co-create a better future together. Thank you very much and enjoy the conference. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Professor Dennis Noviana. Now we continue to a very special moment. We don't have the launch yet, but we have the pre-launch of the AIPI, Brian told me, AIPI journal. And for this session, we are joined by 3 distinguished panelists. I have 2 microphones here, so 2 speakers on site and 1 speaker online. 2 speakers on site are Dr. Barry Giuliandi. Please come to the stage, please. And 1 applause. Then we have Professor Daniel Muriaso, please. And online, I don't know whether he's there. Yes, he's there. It's Bart Barendrecht. Give him a small round of applause as well. So we're going to talk about, and I'm going to sit down as well. Can we do a little sound test? Test.
Hello, can you hear me? The Netherlands?
Good.
Test. I can hear you very well. Good morning.
Perfect.
Good to hear you, Bart.
So how this session will work is that Professor Daniel will start with an introduction and hand it over to Dr. Barry as the chief of the journal to explain more about the journal, including the editor role. And after that, Dr. Barry will give the floor to Bart Barendrecht on screen to hear his perspective on as one of the members in the editor board. Let's just start. It says here Professor Daniel wanted to start with the presentation. He has one.
Great, thank you very much. Well, first of all, I would like to thank the organizer of Winner. You are the winner, really. This is the 6th time of Winner. I attended maybe 3 or 4. And congratulations for this very engaging session in Jakarta. Yesterday, I joined the dinner last night. I didn't join the hard work. And today in IPB, and I think tomorrow will be in Erasmus House. So again, congratulations, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to share with you the Academy of Indonesian Academy of Sciences, or AIPI. It's like KNAW for you in the Netherlands. We are partnering with KNAW for many years, and I think it's quite easy to explain what AIPI is about to community like this. Usually we have problem in explaining what AIPI is, so we used to say what AIPI is not, rather than is. It is not a degree granting institution. It's not an academy which gives you degree, but a gathering of prominent scientists. Many of them already retired, like myself. Until last week, I was the professor at IPB, and I am enjoying my retirement since 2nd of October. So I'm chairing the academy since 2 years ago, and we are running around the country and across the globe to collaborate with many academies, and also coalition of academies in G20, in the TWAS, and many others. Until 2 years ago, we were thinking of developing or establishing a journal for not only Indonesians, but globally, about the Indonesian science across the globe. So next slide. We proposed to the board in the academy to develop the Journal of Indonesian Academy of Sciences, JIAS. So wait, can you put it back? JIAS was thought to be the journal which is going to be multidisciplinary. So it's not only particular science, but cut across various topics, so that today we would like to pre-launch it. Next week we will have annual general meeting to approve the statute of the journal, and it will be part of the academy, what is it called, independent body or subsidiary body of the academy, like ALMI and DP. So JIAS will be the 3rd independent body of it. So we, next slide, collaborate with a commercial or professional publisher. which is called Taylor and Francis. I believe many of you knows TNF. So we've been thinking of how to run this journal beginning from 2027. So we did a lot of ground breaking work in order to find the funding and also editors, board of editors, and many others technicalities, so that TNF is interested to run and publish IP journal, which is going to belong to IP itself. So IP is very privileged to be able to interact with many scientists in Indonesia and across the world in order to get the proper editorial board. Next slide, please. And the journal will be run like many other scientific journal. It will be run by issuing 10 to 15 articles per issue. So we are expecting to have 3 issues per year. So expectedly we will have 30 articles per year. And it consists of, like many other journal, can be research paper, reviews, and also entertain the features like opinion and also commentary, and perhaps also policy paper. So it is cut across the scientific realm. Next slide, which include science. Hello. And then medical science and basic science and also social sciences. So one it is coming out, it will be collection of many different sciences. So we hope with this kind of approach, the journal will be populated by many different, scientific discipline, so that we can secure the number of submission. Because in this world of very competitive situation, it is very hard to get good quality article. We are thinking of having 100 per year, but Barry will be explaining to you how we will be doing that. And with that, we can be very tough in scrutinizing what is best for this journal and the future. So next, this is my last slide. We have been establishing the editorial board, which will consist of the editor-in-chief and the deputy, and then section editors and advisory board. So altogether, there are about 30 people sitting in the board, including a number of scientists from many different disciplines from the Netherlands and also other countries sitting in the editorial board. So to know further about the board and how the journal will be run next year and onward, I would like to ask Pak Barry to explain how we do that.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Daniel, and good afternoon for all of you. I'm sorry I cannot greet you one by one because of the time limit. Can we go to the next slide? It is my honor to be the first editor-in-chief of this prestigious journal, and thank you, Prof. Daniel, and also colleagues from the Indonesian Academy of Sciences to appoint me as the first editor-in-chief. And as you can see, we already have staff that will be working at the journal. For example, the deputy editor-in-chief and also section editor, advisory board, and also managing editor. And this will be the first batch of the editorial board staff. Next. As you can see, many of them also come not from Indonesia, but also from Netherlands. One of them is actually Professor Bart that will be also talk in this panel. So as you already know, the editorial board has many activities, and we will prepare the article like the normal or like the existing flow of the scientific journal in Indonesia. So also as you can see, as editor-in-chief and deputy editor, we will be supported by many prominent scientists in the section editor, and this section editor will, of course, distribute the submitted paper to reviewers, and this will be an international reviewer board, not just from Indonesia, of course. And because this is a multidisciplinary research, we hope that the article will represent the spread of many science developed in the world, especially in Indonesia. And the managing editor will help the management of the journal. Next. This is a strategic plan for the next 5 years. So we will concentrate in 2026 for the promotion of the new journal. As you probably know, new journal will have challenges to have a good or high quality scientific paper. So if you have a high quality paper that you want to submit, please prepare to submit it around 2026, because we will have the first publication in 2027 onward. As you can see, we will have around 45 submission in the first year, and we want to have 60% acceptance rate in the first year, with the published article around 30. And we will waive article processing charge for this 31st year paper. And the indexing, we will have first index at the Google Scholar, and hopefully, I already talked with Prof. Daniel, hopefully we can get indexing by Scopus in the first year, if possible. But this is a realistic timeline for us. So we will put the indexing of the Scopus maybe in the third year of the journal, and all the other number will give you some kind of insight how we move on from this 2027 onward. Next. And this is the resource mobilization that we will conduct it. We already talked with the government, of course, the ministry and other entity in the government, many philanthropies and also individual donation, because we, of course, have to have the budget for publishing the journal, especially because we want to subsidize or make a waiver of the article processing charge, as many articles as possible. And this will be changed to become a mixed funding in the year 4, and then become a royalty scheme for the publishing after the year 5. So hopefully, as Prof. Daniel already mentioned, we will become the first journal in Indonesia that hosted by the academy, which is the Indonesian Academy of Sciences. As you probably know, this kind of journal in other country, for example, United States of America, the Proceeding of the National Academy of Sciences, and also in the UK, like a Royal Society or Proceeding of Royal Society, and other journal hosted by the Academy, will help the scientists that have prominent result to be, to become more promoted and have a reputation that the paper published by the academy of the country. I think that's all that we have to explain for this moment. I think this is the last slide, right? Yes. And we can move to Professor Bart, which is join us in the Zoom. Thank you.
Yes, Bart, are you there?
I am there, if you can hear me at least.
Yeah, I can. We can hear you now. Can we have him on the big screen, maybe? Is it possible?
Yeah, and otherwise the small me will do, I guess.
Bartje.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So thank you. Thanks, Mas Martijn, for moderating us. Thank you, Dr. Barry, and thanks, Prof. Daniel, for a thoughtful, very energizing introduction. I think it all makes us very excited. It's obviously a real honor to be part of this exciting moment. At the pre-launch of the AIPI journal, JIAS, as someone on the editorial boards, a future ambassador, I think this journal is both bold and timely. It's a very strong signal, not just that Indonesia's scientific voice is growing in the world, young voices can make be heard, but also that multidisciplinary research should be right at the center of that. And then we're not even talking the possibilities of interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary, which are all there, I think, in the journal. Let me touch on a few things. I hope I have the time for that. And firstly, why this journal matters. I think why the JIAS journal stands out to me is that it's not just any other academic journal. It's backed by AIPI, an institution that exists in the first place to connect science with society, with public policy. And I think that gives the journal a real edge. It's in a position to host the kind of conversations, the dialogues that no single discipline can carry alone. No single university or knowledge institute can carry alone. At the same time, of course, that comes with a lot of responsibility to keep Indonesian science solid, to also make sure that it speaks to the challenges around us, especially in Indonesia. Now, of course, we are not starting from scratch. Dr. Berry already referred to that. There's other journals like this, PNAS in the US, the UK, Royal Society has its open journal. Don't forget that in the majority world, there are other flagship journals, I would say, like the South African Journal of Science. I'm thinking about the Brazilian Academy, which also, of course, are very nice examples of how we could do. Some of those are interdisciplinary, others multidisciplinary. I think we opt here for multidisciplinary. Some are also open access, and I saw that we are playing with that idea as well, and I think that would be very good to discuss in the future to make Indonesia's voice heard, of course. I'm obviously from the Netherlands. The Royal Academy, the KNW, doesn't have one big multidisciplinary journal, but instead we are supporting several focused ones. It shows the power of specialization, I think. At the same time, I think it's a real challenge to build this broader platform that connects all the fields. So for JIAS to try that from Indonesia, in English, talking to the world, supporting early career scholars, as I noticed, is not a small thing. It's ambitious, it's super exciting, I would say. What could it mean in terms of Indonesian scientific diplomacy? I think it gives visibility to world-class research, but from Indonesia, made in Indonesia, that often goes under the radar internationally. And it's very important, of course, that it's made heard. It also would give the opportunity to tackle Indonesia's specific challenges and show the world that there may be other things happening that the world needs to know and can learn from. And thinking about biodiversity issues, digital transformation issues, and that sometimes are, sometimes aren't very specific to Indonesia, but we can reach beyond the academy, talk with ministries, NGOs, private sector. And I think with an international editorial board, and I'm very honored to be part of that, it can also widen, of course, the network of contributors and reviewers to get Indonesian scholars into dialogue with Indonesian science. Maybe some challenges, which may be worthwhile to think of. Multidisciplinary journals oftentimes have the risk becoming a collection of articles that don't speak to each other. But I think you all have very well thought through that process as well. And we can work with thematic sections, special issues, in the way that different disciplines tackle, for example, a particular topic and talk to each other. I would say that's very important. Others, of course, could be the sector editors, including me, seriously engaging with each other and thinking about cross-citation across fields, which oftentimes is an issue, and that we're very much in our own niche and only citing, for example, sources from anthropology in my case. But think about cross-field positioning, if only in the abstracts. And then we say like, okay, this is, again, for example, from anthropology, but what would it mean for other disciplines if we look at this topic? Other things, of course, could be a fine editorial that knit all the sectors together. I think we seriously have to think about the language, of course, that we are going to use. There should be a kind of plain, transparent language. Of course, we don't want people to over-specialize in their sections, but at least keep on talking to each other. But that's all there for the future. And It can be put in the offer guidelines, I would say. I very much like the combination of academic rigor and policy relevance. Of course, bigger journals like Science, Nature are doing that as well. Have it a commentary or a world review section, absolutely great. And I do see the importance of sustainability. Of course, you can always discuss with which kind of big commercial editor to work with. But you need an editor to make this kind of thing even possible. Now, final thought, for me, JIAS isn't just any journal, I would say. It's much more ambitious. It's a platform for Indonesians' scientific imagination. And that may help thinking across disciplines, which is very much needed, also in the place where I'm working and living, across sectors, across generations. It could be very helpful, across regions. I think, again, it's very wise decision to have an international editorial board. As a section editor, I'm also very excited not to help you just with selecting strong papers, but also thinking about collections, if only virtual ones, to connect them into something bigger. I can already see themes like climate and society in the archipelago, digital futures, inequality, just top of my head, but like larger topics that we can talk to. And I would say through such topics, through such themes, the journal can show how Indonesian science not only speaks to society, to the world, but how the world can learn from Indonesia. That there are scholars in Indonesia thinking about Indonesian issues, but we're putting them in a larger framework. So again, thanks very much for inviting me on board of this very exciting new adventure. And those maju, I would say.
Thank you so much. Can I have a round of applause for the speakers? Yeah? Oh, yeah? Hey, okay, thank you. The room is filling up and is filled up during the session, so I think we need to do a second opening for the second day. We don't have time for questions because the 7 streams are starting in 1 minute. So if you have any questions, please contact Bart or Dr. Berry or Professor Brian. So let's please stand up.
Just a note.
Yeah, one note, of course.
Yeah, I think we have a good future, as you can see, with the experienced editor-in-chief and excited member of the board. I believe JIAS will be very prolific in the year to come. So I do not have button to press. This is a pre-launch. So thank you very much for your attention.
Let's do applause for the pre-launch. Thank you so much. People online can now join the streams and we can go through our runners through the different streams, different classrooms. Thank you so much and I hope to see you around. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. They asked me how to go through this, so it was a bit improvised. But it was okay? Okay.